I knew I wasn't gonna like this special for two reasons. One, the name. I was like, this isn't gonna have a theme. It's gonna be all over the place. I love by special about the name. Like, share, comment. I was like, okay, that's too all over the place. And then it said Joe Coy was directing it, producing it, whatever. Joe Coy in general I like, but like him as a stand-up, I don't like his stand-up. So I was like, okay, if a person that I don't like their stand-up is just like producing it, directing it, I'm probably not gonna like it. I don't know. There's two things. I'm like, okay, those two things and I'm like iffy about. So to start, we'll talk about the outfit. It was a good overall outfit, like a regular day-to-day outfit, which is cool. And he made a joke about it later on, so I guess it didn't matter what he had on or what he had on. It's like it was for the joke. Like I said, the outfit, it wasn't like nothing that stood out. But like I said, he had it on, but he made a joke about it. Like he said the shoes was a gift, the jacket was a gift, blah, blah, blah. There's neither here nor there. Where is it from? Was it San Jose? I don't know what he said. It was somewhere that is. I don't know. He said from LA or California, whatever. He was like, they're rude out there. I was like, they rude in LA? I thought they was nice out there. I thought they like it's New York or something. I thought it was like nice. That was supposed to be like the South adjacent. So I thought it was supposed to be nice. So he said, I said, maybe it was a joke. I don't know. But he's like, y'all are nice. I'm like, when you doing a special, do you really want to go to the nice crowd? His crowd was mostly white, right? And I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, oh, well, you can't control your crowd. But then when I was thinking about it further, I was like, no, you can't control your crowd because whoever the race of your fans are, I think says a lot about you too. Because it's like what you're giving out. Obviously can be the person. There's black people in the audience, obviously, and Asian people, and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like too, he was doing too much interaction with the crowd. It was like, one, I don't know if he couldn't remember some of the stuff he was saying. Like he was talking about the love languages, and then he forgot two of the love languages. And he's like, what's a love language? And they told him one, it was like gifts. And he was like, this D in a box, whatever. I'm like, it seemed like the joke could have went somewhere, but it was kind of like, okay, look, like he didn't remember. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I don't know. And then when he was like in some Asian countries, they chop off your arms if you steal, your hand if you steal, and then if you steal again, they chop the other hand. And he said, you know, if they do when you chop up another hand, and then just the black lady, or it was like, you D, or whatever. And he was like, what? I mean, I'm pretty sure she wasn't on one thing, and she just said it out loud. And he never finished. He never said what they do. It's like he was losing his train of thought, I feel like, because he was interacting too much with the crowd. It was too much interaction, like I said. The thing where he was telling her, like asking everybody their race. I know the lady just blurted out, and he was like, why you blurted out? So that's what led him there. But for this to be 53 minutes, you want to have more. You wanted something to be, maybe they did cut out a whole bunch of stuff, but you want something to be longer than shorter. And you would think when something is all over the place, when you're talking about so many topics, you would think it would be easier to do a special. But I actually think it's harder. When you focus on one or two topics, maybe even three, and especially when it's like a story, it's easier to remember. And obviously it's more cohesive. It helps you remember. You don't have to remember all this stuff. Like when you putting all this stuff together, it's like, where was I at? What was I saying yet? It's like, how you gonna remember what stuff is just thrown together like that? Because he said something, I don't know if he was like, what was I saying? Or what was it? It was another time he did that. I was like, okay, the song at the end, I don't know what the point of that was. I was kind of confused. I don't know. Because it was out of tone. It wasn't like he actually sang it. Like, you know, sometimes Jamie Foxx sang, you know, his specials or whatever and do it. But I didn't get it. I don't know. I didn't understand what was the point. It wasn't funny enough to be the outro, to be. Yeah, actually, I mean, it was cool. I was about to say it wasn't funny at all. It was cool, but when he first came out and he said, what did he say? Oh, when he was talking about them being so nice or whatever, LA people with me, he's like, he opened the door for somebody and they was like, oh, I got a boyfriend. He was like, okay, sorry, sir. I thought that was a funny joke. We don't see stuff like that in like certain like sitcoms and shows and stuff, like a redirect, but whatever, I thought that was funny, but other than that, I didn't really laugh. I thought he had good stage presence. Like he had the stage presence, and that's just like half the battle, I think, or 25% of the battle. And it felt like he was doing a whole bunch of basic stereotype black jokes at the beginning. Maybe he should have moved it around. He should have sequenced it different. It was just like, it was too many basic black jokes to me. And two, I feel like a lot of times people specials, but this is first one. I don't know how long he been doing. I'm guessing he fairly knew it. This is first one, so it's like you don't want to judge too harshly on it because it's the first one. And you hopefully you watch and get better. But it's just like, it was so surface level, which is cool. I feel like some people maybe don't want to be super vulnerable. Like specials to me, if they're good, it would be you being vulnerable, like you digging deeper. If you just do a surface level, it can only be so good. But maybe that's his audience, like I said. Maybe his audience, because he came from behind. And that's for people with a short attention span. So you just almost like rapid fire type stuff. That's what they like. I'm different. I don't like this. So clearly I'm not like his audience for stand up necessarily. I've seen him, I feel like, in a couple of interviews. I thought he was funny. I laughed at stuff he said in the interview. And I saw something he did. I didn't watch Vine back in the day. I wasn't on Vine. But I saw something he did. It was like a short film. I thought that was funny. I don't know if I was in a good mood today or if it was just generally that funny. Maybe I should watch it again and tell you if it's really funny. But that, I really thought that was really good and funny. It was like a short film. I'll try to find it. Hope I can find it and like screenshot it or something. But I thought that was really funny. So certain stuff I've seen, I was like, okay, let me watch it. When I watch a stand up, and because I just have a curious mind. Like I said, I did when I saw certain stuff, I was like, I'm probably not gonna like it. You know, I have a curious mind. I like to see what people are doing and how they put it together. And then nitpick it. I'm just nitpick it. But I feel like the jokes were just so like basic. And I feel like when people are from Canada, the men, the women, not so much, but the Canada men, I feel Canadian men, I always feel like they like having like an identity crisis. It's almost like a mixed person. And I understand that. I'm not like saying nothing about it, but it's just like an observation. I feel like they always, and he was saying, pretty much saying something like that, or alluding to it, or talking about it in not a direct way, but pretty much that, like how he wanted to fit in with black people. He was using too many basic stereotypes. It didn't, especially his audience is mostly white. He was doing it. I didn't like that. It's like you gotta dig deeper than that. Like it was just so basic. Like he was like, if in order to fit in with black people, I gotta. The stuff he was doing, I gotta talk like this and do like this, and then I gotta sell weed and act like I'm a thug. It was just, I don't know about that, but I don't like that. But it's Juneteenth, child. I don't know when I'll post this, but it's Juneteenth. We got time around Juneteenth anyway. I feel like he has it, but like I said, maybe because he's newer, it's just he need to dig deeper. And two, his audience don't help him because certain audiences are easier to make laugh. They're more receptive. But if you go to a harsher crowd, you actually get better. It seems like it's mean or whatever, but you get better when someone is actually critiquing you, if you will listen anyway. Like obviously some people just don't hate to hate, yes, sure. But some people have like insightful stuff and actually can expound on what they're saying about what they think is wrong about it. But if somebody's, oh no, I don't like him, he did this, and then it's like, whatever. It's just too basic. Like if maybe we want to dig deeper, like instead of being surface level about these basic stereotype jokes about black people or whoever, it maybe would have been better. But if he would have actually dug into his actual experience, like being in a private school and then going to a public school, maybe he would actually dig deeper in it. It was just too basic at surface like level for me. And then he was talking about ZODIACs. Wouldn't it be so interested if somebody did a whole stand-up about, I feel like Ali would probably be the one to do it. He the only one probably could do it for you. But do a whole stand-up about ZODIACs, that would be fire. Somebody, I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm not going to do stand-up. So somebody need to take the idea. I want a whole stand-up special about ZODIAC signs. That would be so good. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Especially if it's like they told stories about like their dating experience with each ZODIAC sign, like actually had a story for each like experience of that ZODIAC sign. That would be good. I'm sorry. That would be amazing. I would love it. But even that joke about that, I thought it was a good joke. Like I said, when you're talking about so many topics at once, it's just like the only person that really do that well to me, well, not the only person, but one of the people that I can think of off the top of my head is Tony Roberts. Like, I feel like he does that very well. Like, but he's also high energy. Like, he does that so well. It's because he was sweating a lot. He kept wiping his hand, which is usually when you do a stand-up. That's how you know it's like rookie. When usually stand-ups have a towel. They always have a towel and water. Every time you watch a stand-up, they have towel and water because it's hot under them lights. And then usually they're fully clothed. So usually when you watch stand-ups, most people have on long sleeve or a jacket or something. Mostly. Suits and all types of stuff. So, you know it's hot up there. I don't know. I'm assuming it's hot up there because of the lights and stuff. And like I said, you fully clothed. Now, you don't know how the AC work in there. Who knows? But overall, was it like the worst thing I've ever seen? No. Was it anywhere near the best thing I've ever seen? No. Like I said, he have good things about his stand-up. Like I said, his presence, his tone was weird too. I feel like when I seen him in interviews, his tone wasn't like that. But he was also talking about people, not code switching, but he was talking about people, I talked about many times before, how people have a work voice. I'm doing air quotes. How people have a work voice or whatever. It's pretty much code switching. That's what it's called. I don't think he actually said those words, but it is code switching. We don't heard it many times before people talk about it. And I feel like, I don't know if he was on that. Like I said, I don't know if that's his voice, his tone. Like I said, I've seen him other stuff. I don't feel like that wasn't his tone. So maybe he was doing it for the crowd, or maybe that's his stand-up tone. Because I haven't really seen his stand-ups. or any stand-up from him. So I don't know. Maybe that's his overall tone. But like I said, Canadian men, I'm not Canadian, but think of every Canadian man that y'all know, especially every black Canadian man. It's feel like you don't really know who they are. Like, who are you for real? Like, it's like they almost, like I said, they be having that identity crisis. Like, I know maybe they come to America and just get like overwhelmed or something. Like, what I do, who am I? But it's like, so I understand it. I'm not saying nothing about it. Like I said, I understand mixed people having that feeling too. It's understandable. It's not like, ooh, I don't get the feeling. It's just an observation I've seen from men that we have seen in the spotlight that are Canadian. Like I said, I don't see it from the women, but women also are different how we move in the world than men. So it would be harder for a man to probably fit in with men, black men specifically, and then women, it's just easier because I feel like more accepting for the most part when it comes to stuff like that. First time outside, do he have on makeup? Maybe he's just really pretty and that's just how he looked. But it looked like he had on makeup. Do he have on makeup? I don't know. I couldn't tell, but he was sweating some. Maybe he don't have makeup. So you know when you're sweating all day, you can't really wipe it or whatever. Kind of like gotta pat it. So I really wear makeup. So I'm just sure from the time, but wear makeup. You gotta pat it, or you see people usually they don't want to mess it up. I might have missed something. I don't know. I'll just be rambling and talking, but look. If he put out another one, depending on what the title is and what I think the theme of it is, I would probably watch it. It wasn't so bad. I'm like, no. Because he had good presence. But it's like, he just needs to be better jokes, deeper jokes, and not surface level jokes. It's like you got to dig deeper than that. Try to be quicker than that. Also, him doing the Denzel Training Day, I was like, that was the most basic thing. And I was just like, it wasn't needed. It was just pointless.